Today I want to talk about the enemy of success. Many people think they're fighting outside forces, obstacles imposed by the world around them, or the circumstances they were born into. But the true enemy isn't out there, it's often much closer to us than we realize. I want you to imagine for a moment that success is like climbing a mountain. At the top of this mountain is everything you've dreamed of, the goals you want to achieve, the person you want to become, the life you desire. The journey to the summit isn't an easy one. There are obstacles, challenging weather, and distractions. But the most dangerous thing we'll face on that journey? Ourselves. One, defining success and understanding the enemy. Let's first break down what success is. Success isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. It's deeply personal. For some, success might mean financial stability. For others, it's building a loving family or achieving a goal that seemed out of reach. But regardless of what success means to you, there is one universal enemy that stands in everyone's way. The enemy I'm talking about is not the challenges you face, the competition, or even the mistakes you make. The enemy is internal. It's the thoughts that creep in and tell you you're not good enough or you'll never make it. This internal adversary is the true reason many of us struggle to move forward. 2. Procrastination, the silent thief of progress. One of the most powerful weapons this enemy wields is procrastination. Think of procrastination as the silent thief that steals your time and potential. We often convince ourselves that we'll get to it tomorrow, that we're waiting for the right moment or when we feel ready. But that time rarely comes. The habit of putting things off often becomes a massive barrier to our progress. When you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you're allowing that enemy within to strengthen. You're giving it permission to hold you back from taking action. The road to success is paved with small actions taken consistently, not giant leaps. And when we procrastinate, we delay these small, powerful actions. 3. Fear, the master deceiver. Another tool the enemy uses is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of stepping out of our comfort zone. But fear, in reality, is just a thought. It's an imagined scenario in our mind. It's that what if that haunts us? When we let fear control us, it becomes the most powerful opponent. Every successful person you've heard of has faced fear. They've had doubts, insecurities, and sleepless nights. But what separates them from others is that they took action in spite of fear. They pushed through because they knew that the cost of staying comfortable was far greater than the fear of the unknown. 4. The danger of comfort settling for less. Comfort is another enemy of success. It's alluring, inviting, and feels safe. But if we're not careful, comfort can become a trap. When we stay too comfortable, we stop challenging ourselves, we stop growing, and our potential is stifled. Think about this: if you're not uncomfortable in some part of your life, you're probably not growing. Success requires us to stretch beyond what we're used to. The great irony is that people desire success for the comfort it can bring, but success itself requires you to first embrace discomfort. You must be willing to push past the boundaries of what you know to discover what you're capable of. 5. Self-doubt, questioning your own abilities. Perhaps one of the greatest enemies we face is self-doubt. It's that little voice that questions whether you're really capable, that tries to convince you that you're not talented enough, that you don't have what it takes. Self-doubt is insidious because it feeds on every small mistake, every perceived failure, and every comparison to others. The truth is, doubt is natural. Every person who's ever achieved anything significant has had doubts. But they've also learned to quiet that voice, to drown it out with a stronger voice, a voice of belief, persistence, and resilience. To succeed, you have to be your own biggest supporter, not your harshest critic. 6. Excuses, the barriers we build. The enemy of success loves excuses. Excuses are easy. They're the reasons we give ourselves to avoid taking responsibility. I didn't have the right opportunities, I don't have enough time, I'll start when things get better. Excuses are comfortable, but they're the opposite of growth. The problem with making excuses is that they prevent us from taking ownership of our actions. Successful people don't make excuses, they find solutions. They look for ways around their challenges rather than blaming them. 7. Embracing accountability, owning your success. One of the most powerful ways to combat the enemy within is through accountability. When you take responsibility for your actions, you take control of your life. Success isn't about waiting for the right circumstances, it's about creating them. Accountability also means learning from your mistakes. Every setback, every failure, every time you fall short, it's an opportunity to grow. Each lesson learned is a step closer to your goals. 8. Developing a resilient mindset. Resilience is your greatest defense against the enemy of success. Resilience means you're willing to try again after you've fallen, to stand back up every time life knocks you down. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel discouraged, but it means that discouragement won't stop you. The enemy of success wants you to quit after your first failure, to believe that you're not strong enough. But with resilience, you build a mind that's impervious to the small defeats. Cultivating discipline, the foundation of success. Discipline is the structure that holds success together. Without discipline, you have dreams but no plan. Discipline is about doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. To succeed, you have to cultivate the habit of discipline in your daily life. You need to make a habit of following through, of committing to your goals, even when the initial excitement fades. Discipline is about being consistent, not perfect. It's about progress, not instant results. It's becoming the master of your own destiny. As we close, remember that the enemy of success isn't some distant, external force. It's right there, in our own minds. But here's the beautiful thing: you are stronger than the enemy within. You have the power to overcome procrastination, to conquer fear, to silence self-doubt, and to reject excuses. Your success is waiting for you. Every time you choose action over procrastination, belief over doubt, accountability over excuses, you weaken that enemy inside and take a step closer to your goals. Success isn't a gift that's handed out to a few lucky people. It's a result of commitment, discipline, resilience, and a refusal to let the enemy within dictate your life. Next, don't wait for the perfect moment. One of the most powerful yet common obstacles to success: waiting for the perfect moment. How many times have you said, "When the time is right, then I'll start," or "If only this were different, then I'd go after my goals"? This is what I call the trap of the perfect moment, and today we're going to shatter this illusion together. We're here to replace waiting with action, hesitation with momentum, and fear with courage. The idea of waiting for perfection holds us back, keeps us stagnant, and prevents us from ever taking that first critical step. The truth is, the perfect moment will never arrive, because perfection is an illusion. There will always be something out of place, something that isn't quite ready. So today I invite you to free yourself from the shackles of when everything's right, and instead focus on how to start where you are with what you have. 1. Why the perfect moment is a myth. We've all been conditioned to think that success demands an ideal time, place, or circumstance. However, if we wait for everything to align perfectly, we risk wasting a lifetime. Think about it: if you examine the lives of people who achieved greatness, you'll find they started in moments that were far from perfect. From entrepreneurs who started with nothing to athletes training in subpar conditions, these individuals didn't wait for ideal circumstances. They took action. Perfection doesn't lead to success, action does. The world rewards those who do, not those who wait for things to feel flawless. Realize that any great journey starts with a small, often imperfect step. This first step is what breaks the inertia, the grip that waiting has on us. 2. Understanding the fear of imperfection. Now let's address why we often wait for perfection. It's because we're afraid of failure. We fear criticism, we fear falling short, and we fear rejection. But here's the thing: failure is not your enemy. Waiting is. Every failure brings with it a lesson, an opportunity to learn and grow. Failure is how we refine our skills and clarify our vision. It's the stepping stone, not a roadblock. By embracing imperfection and taking risks, we unlock our true potential. Here's an empowering truth: there's no such thing as failure, only feedback. When you start seeing setbacks as feedback, you gain control over your journey. You no longer wait, because you know that even mistakes will propel you forward. 3. Taking the first step. Start now, start small. Let's focus on action. The journey to any great goal begins with a single step. It doesn't have to be grand, it simply has to be intentional. Starting with a small step today is far more valuable than a perfect leap tomorrow. Write down a small task that moves you toward your goal. Make a call, research one thing, or begin learning a new skill. Remember, the key is to be in motion. As long as you're moving forward, you're not standing still. Small steps compound over time, and soon you'll be amazed by the progress you've made. Each step builds confidence, and as confidence grows, so does your willingness to take bigger actions. 4. Overcoming analysis paralysis. Many of us get stuck in overthinking. We believe that thinking, planning, and analyzing will bring clarity. However, too much analysis creates confusion. Instead of figuring everything out before starting, shift your approach. Think of it as an experiment. Every action provides a result, and from each result, you learn. Your greatest learning happens by doing, not by thinking. Take action, review what worked and what didn't, and then take another step. This cycle builds momentum and fuels progress. Remember, successful people don't wait until they know everything they learn as they go. 5. Embracing the power of momentum. Momentum is your friend. The hardest part of any journey is starting. But once you're in motion, you'll find that each step becomes easier. Momentum builds energy, motivation, and self-belief. It gives you a sense of accomplishment and pushes you to keep going. Create momentum by setting small, achievable goals every day. These goals don't have to be monumental, they just need to move you forward. With each goal you accomplish, no matter how small, you're building a foundation for bigger successes. You're creating a habit of action and productivity. 6. Staying committed through challenges. It's easy to stay motivated when things are going smoothly, but the real test comes when challenges arise. Many people lose momentum at the first sign of difficulty. When we hit a rough patch, it's tempting to give up or delay. But challenges are not reasons to stop, they're reasons to push harder. Remind yourself of your purpose. When obstacles come, go back to why you started. Reignite that original motivation. Challenges refine us, they teach us resilience and push us to grow stronger. Embrace each challenge as an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are unstoppable. 7. Adopting a growth mindset. A growth mindset is key. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, view them as growth opportunities. When you adopt a growth mindset, you stop fearing imperfection because you realize that each misstep contributes to your success. Believe that you can improve and grow through effort and persistence. Every skill, talent, and ability can be developed. The only limit is the one you set in your mind. As you shift into this mindset, you'll see opportunities where others see obstacles, and you'll take action where others hesitate. 8. Surrounding yourself with action-oriented people. The people around you influence your mindset and actions. Surround yourself with those who inspire you to act, who encourage you, and who believe in growth and progress. Seek out mentors, colleagues, or friends who have achieved what you aspire to do. Limit your exposure to negativity or naysayers. Your environment can either empower you or hold you back. By choosing action-oriented, positive influences, you're creating a support system that fuels your journey and helps you keep going even in difficult times. 9. Celebrating progress, not perfection. As you move forward, celebrate each small victory. Focus on progress, not perfection. Acknowledge every milestone, no matter how small, because each one is a step closer to your ultimate goal. Progress brings momentum and fuels motivation. When you focus on progress, you reinforce a powerful message to yourself: I am moving forward. This mindset shift helps you stay resilient and prevents you from slipping back into waiting for that elusive perfect moment. And building resilience through imperfect moments. When you take action in less than ideal situations, you're building resilience. It's easy to be motivated when everything's going well, but growth happens when you move forward through challenges and uncertainties. Each imperfect moment tests your resilience, pushing you to adapt and strengthen your problem-solving skills. This resilience is what will set you apart in life. With each action you take despite obstacles, you're training yourself to handle anything that comes your way. Instead of shrinking back, you'll develop a powerful mindset that says, I can handle this. I'm prepared for any situation. Embracing the imperfect strengthens you, and resilience becomes your foundation. 11. Embracing flexibility and adaptability. Life doesn't follow a predictable path, and those who succeed are the ones who adapt. Waiting for perfect conditions often means you're resisting change, but growth requires flexibility. Adapting to circumstances, learning from them, and adjusting your course are key to reaching your goals. As you take action, you may realize that your initial plan needs adjustments. That's okay. Don't be afraid to shift gears or pivot if it leads you closer to your goal. Staying adaptable keeps you moving forward, even when the road changes. Flexibility is the bridge between your vision and reality, allowing you to succeed even in unexpected situations. 12. Taking ownership of your journey. Taking action in imperfect conditions requires a level of ownership. You become accountable for your progress no matter the circumstances. Waiting places the blame on external factors, but acting despite imperfections shows that you're in control. When you take ownership, you're telling yourself, I'm responsible for my journey. No matter what, this shift in mindset is empowering. You stop relying on ideal conditions, and you start relying on your own abilities. By taking responsibility, you're building a mindset of independence and confidence. You become the architect of your future, not a passenger waiting for the perfect ride. 13. Developing self-discipline. Self-discipline is essential to taking action, regardless of conditions. Often it's easier to wait than to push yourself forward. But discipline is what separates those who wish from those who achieve. Discipline helps you act even when motivation is low, and it's a muscle you can strengthen with practice. By developing self-discipline, you're preparing yourself to take consistent action. Set daily habits, commit to your goals, and hold yourself accountable. Discipline transforms small, steady actions into major accomplishments over time. It teaches you to follow through, regardless of how perfect the moment may feel. 14. Leveraging the power of courage. Taking action in imperfect moments requires courage. It's not always easy to step into the unknown or risk failure. But courage isn't the absence of fear, it's taking action in spite of it. When you act courageously, you expand your comfort zone, allowing yourself to grow. Remind yourself that courage is a choice. Choose to act even when it feels uncomfortable, and soon, what once seemed daunting will become a stepping stone. Each courageous step builds confidence, reinforcing your belief in yourself. Courage is the gateway to achieving dreams, and the more you act, the braver you become. 15. Creating a legacy of action. Finally, consider the impact your actions will have on others. By refusing to wait for perfection, you're setting an example for those around you. You're creating a legacy of action, inspiring others to pursue their dreams despite uncertainties. Think about the legacy you want to leave. Do you want to be remembered as someone who waited or someone who dared to act? By choosing action over hesitation, you're leaving a lasting impact. Others will look to you as a source of strength, determination, and courage. In this way, your actions go beyond personal success, they become a ripple of inspiration. Remember, greatness doesn't come to those who wait for perfection, it comes to those who take the leap. Embrace each imperfect moment as an opportunity to grow, learn, and achieve. The life you envision is within reach, and it begins the moment you stop waiting and start acting. It's something we all know but often overlook: consistency. You see, consistency is not just a habit. It's the secret weapon of high achievers. Imagine waking up every day with the same determination, the same drive, and the same focus, regardless of the challenges that lie ahead. Today we're diving deep into how you can force yourself to be consistent and why it is your greatest advantage. So, let's get started. The power of consistency. Consistency is a superpower. It's what separates the successful from those who merely wish for success. Whether in your career, health, or personal development, consistency builds momentum. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. It gains size and speed as it moves forward. The more consistent you are, the more opportunities you create for yourself. Let's talk about Mark, a young weightlifter. He aspired to compete in a local championship, but struggled to lift heavy weights. Instead of seeking shortcuts, Mark committed to a training regimen, showing up at the gym every single day. Regardless of how he felt, he started with lighter weights and gradually increased his load. Over the months, he not only increased his strength, but also developed a sense of discipline that permeated other aspects of his life. When championship day arrived, Mark didn't just compete, he excelled. His story illustrates that consistency shapes not only results, but also your character. Success leaves clues. Look around at those who are successful. They all share a common trait: consistency. From athletes to entrepreneurs, their achievements are built on daily, consistent actions. Success leaves clues, and consistency is one of the biggest. I once met a musician who dreamed of becoming a professional guitarist. He dedicated an hour every day to practice, regardless of his busy schedule. Initially, progress felt slow and frustration crept in. But he persisted. Over time, his skills improved exponentially, and he was eventually invited to perform at local venues. His story is a testament to the power of consistency in honing your craft. The importance of starting small. Many people think that to be consistent, they need to take massive actions right away. But that's a misconception. Starting small is crucial. Focus on what you can do today, no matter how minor it seems. Small steps lead to big changes. I once met a successful author who had trouble writing daily. He adopted what he called the 1-minute rule. He would write for just 1 minute each day. Initially, it felt insignificant, but soon that 1 minute turned into 5, then 10, and eventually into hours of productive writing. This simple commitment allowed him to finish several books over the years. Remember, it's not about how much you do, it's about being consistent with what you can do. The compound effect. The compound effect of small actions cannot be overstated. When you commit to small, consistent actions, you set off a chain reaction that leads to significant results over time. Consider a gardener planting seeds. In the beginning, there's nothing to see but dirt. But with daily watering and care, those seeds sprout and grow into lush plants. This is the power of small, consistent actions leading to big outcomes. The mental aspect of consistency. Consistency is not just about external actions, it begins in your mind. To be consistent, you must cultivate a resilient mindset. Mental resilience allows you to push through discomfort and maintain your commitment to your goals. I recall meeting a marathon runner who faced numerous injuries on her journey to compete. Instead of succumbing to defeat, she worked on building mental resilience. She practiced visualization techniques, picturing herself crossing the finish line. She also developed a routine that helped her stay focused and motivated during tough training sessions. When race day arrived, she wasn't just physically prepared, she was mentally strong. She crossed the finish line, achieving her personal best time. This illustrates that consistency and mindset is just as important as physical consistency. Shifting your mindset is essential for fostering consistency. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, see them as opportunities for growth. Every stumble is a lesson in disguise. I once coached a corporate leader who faced a major setback when his project failed. Instead of giving up, he shifted his mindset and reflected on what went wrong. He took those lessons to heart, adjusted his strategy, and led his team to success on the next project. This shift in mindset helped him maintain consistency in his leadership approach, even in adversity. Why discipline matters. Motivation can be fleeting, and relying solely on it can lead to inconsistency. Discipline is what keeps you going. When you create a structure for your life, you rely less on motivation and more on discipline. Take Jane, an investor who initially relied on market trends for her decisions. During downturns, her motivation would falter, leading to poor choices. She realized that she needed to develop a disciplined approach to investing. By creating a regular schedule for research and investing, she built a strategy that weathered market volatility. Over the years, her disciplined approach yielded consistent returns and financial stability. Her story shows that discipline trumps motivation in the long run. The discipline of daily habits. Creating daily habits can significantly boost your discipline. What you do each day sets the tone for your life. Identify the habits that align with your goals and commit to them consistently. The daily ritual. Consider the story of a professional speaker who struggled with stage fright. She decided to practice her speeches daily, even in front of her mirror. This daily ritual became her discipline. Over time, she grew more confident, and her speaking career flourished. Her commitment to daily practice exemplifies how discipline transforms anxiety into mastery. Make consistency fun. And consistency doesn't have to be monotonous. You can turn it into a game to keep your enthusiasm high. Gamifying your tasks creates a sense of competition and achievement. The fitness challenge. I once participated in a fitness challenge where friends and I tracked our workouts. Each week we earned points for consistency, working out regularly, hitting our fitness goals, and completing extra sessions. This transformed our approach to fitness from a chore into an exciting competition. We motivated each other, shared our successes, and celebrated milestones. Not only did we stay consistent, but we also built a supportive community around our shared goals. Reward yourself. Find ways to reward yourself for being consistent. Whether it's treating yourself to something special or simply acknowledging your progress, rewards reinforce positive behavior. I once met an artist who set a goal to create a painting every month. To keep himself motivated, he promised himself a small reward, like a trip to his favorite coffee shop, every time he completed a piece. This simple reward system not only kept him consistent, but also fueled his creativity. He ended the year with a portfolio full of remarkable work. The 3 pillars of life. To live a balanced and fulfilling life, consistency must be present in 3 key areas: health, wealth, and relationships. Neglecting one area can throw everything out of balance. I have a friend who embodies this balance. He dedicates time each week to exercise, save money, and connect with family. By being consistent in these areas, he has built a strong body, a solid financial future, and meaningful relationships. His commitment to consistency is what makes him truly successful and fulfilled. When you're consistent in one area, it often leads to improvements in others. This interconnectedness enhances your overall quality of life. The busy professional. I once coached a busy professional who focused solely on his career, neglecting his health and relationships. He realized that by dedicating just 30 minutes a day to exercise and prioritizing time with family, his productivity at work skyrocketed. His success was no longer one-dimensional. It blossomed in every aspect of his life. Overcoming obstacles to consistency. Identify your obstacles. Obstacles will arise, it's inevitable. The key is to identify them before they become roadblocks. Is it time management? Procrastination? Recognizing these barriers allows you to create strategies to overcome them. The time management expert. I once met a time management expert who shared her struggle with procrastination. She realized her workspace was cluttered and disorganized, which led to distractions. By implementing a simple organization system and setting clear priorities for her day, She eliminated the distractions. This change allowed her to remain consistent in her work, ultimately leading to a promotion. Embrace accountability. Having an accountability partner can significantly boost your consistency. Share your goals with someone who will hold you accountable and encourage you to stay on track. The supportive team. I had a client who wanted to improve her fitness. She teamed up with a friend to work out together. They set weekly check-ins, which provided accountability and support. When one of them felt like skipping a session, the other motivated them to show up. This mutual accountability made their workouts enjoyable and consistent. Your journey starts now. Remember, consistency is a journey, not a destination. Start small, stay disciplined, and cultivate a mindset of resilience. Your consistent actions today will pave the way for your future success.